Okie dokie, we are live. Can everyone hear me? Can everybody see me? So welcome to the Captain Bob Flight Sim livestream. This week I'm going to be showing you a lot of my progress with the Cessna 172 project, and additionally, I'll be answering some questions. We have some, not really readers, so I guess viewer questions, and I'll pull up the document right here. It's excellent. And so I'm gonna go over those right after I give you a little simulator update. I know a lot of you like seeing those, a little behind the scenes. So I'll pull those up right now. And by pull up, I mean pull back. So here are the boxes of awesomeness. That's what I brand them. That's the branding. Now we're gonna push back the curtain of awesomeness. There we go. Okie dokie. I'm gonna turn myself a little bit up just because I think now I'm at a good level. That's good. Okay, how's everyone doing? I'd love to see how you're all doing in the chat. Okay, I think this is actually too exciting, so I'm gonna keep this to the last. Okie dokie. So, as for this last week's progress, or I guess this last 2 weeks-ish, we have the GNS 530. It's grown a lot in the past few days, to a point where I'm actually pretty proud of it. I just installed the rotor encoders. I think that was last live stream, so pretty recently. And then I've been working a lot on the flip-flop button right here, this little guy. It's been tricky challenge to get it to click pretty well and not fall out. That's a big concern with it. So as long as I get it to work properly, that should be a go. Yeah, I really enjoy it clicking. So yeah, isn't that fun? You can see my reflection and it's green screening out. That's awesome. But yeah, so this button has been a real trick to get, and yeah, let me show you the CAD model too, if I can do that. I'm trying to re-CAD it a little bit, just because I know it's not really properly done. It's kind of, all of the pieces are there, but they're not an assembly. It's kind of just a parts bag. And 50, let's actually adjust this a little. Is that better? Oh my gosh, Fusion 360 always takes like 10 seconds to boot up, and then you open it up, and like 10 seconds later it just overwhelms you and takes over your entire computer. It's hilarious. So yeah. Is this any better? I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Perfect. I think I made it worse. But if we go over to, I think I put this under section 2. No, that would be too easy. I'll just Google it or search it up. I'm going to share my screen with you. In 1 second. I have that song stuck in my head now. Display capture 3. Yes. That's what I'd like. Add a source. Yes. Here we go. No. Oh, and I really do want to replace that monitor with one with a less weird aspect ratio. But I guess you get epic full screen mode, so that's kind of nice. But right here I'm making a circuit breaker. This circuit breaker is the same one I have modeled right here. So I want to show you it first in real life, then modeled, then 3D printed. You can tell this is exciting because I'm pouring out a bag of parts. So, first in real life, this is a Clixon. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. I think so. Clixon. So it is a little circuit breaker. They're the same ones, or similar, as in airliners. with the ability to pull them out and push them back in to cut off the flow. I'm sorry, I'm gonna shift this over. Is that better? I think that'll make it. Yeah. Okay. So this is the circuit breaker. Similar one used a lot in aviation. There's one in the Cessna 172 G1000s. So that's why I got this type specifically, because we're making both the G1000 and the analog version of the Cessna 172. It's going to be interchangeable and modular. I'll show you a little about the CAD. I'll show you a little bit about that in the CAD. So here we go. This, I know I jumped, but this is the circuit breaker I modeled for 3D printing. I should get a small thing right there. But right here is the 3D printable circuit breaker. Why don't you just focus? That'd be kind of fun. There we go. This is the star of the show, not me. But here's the circuit breaker. This one is pushed in, whereas this one is also pushed in. I didn't mean to do that. There's one that's pulled out. Okay, here's the pulled out one. So it's right there, front and center. You can print either a pushed in one or a pulled out one, and it looks excellent. So yeah, that is really what I wanted to show you. As of last live stream, these were available only to Patreons. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Oh, wonderful. But I'm going to go over to Patreon. And I'm going to do something despicable. I'm going to post a picture of flight training. No. I'm going to go to the posts, the published ones, and I'm going to edit it so that it's public. Ready? Go! So, now if you go to, is it right here? Does it work for everyone though? That's a big question. Boop-doo. Now, if you go to this link right here, ooh, come on. It lets you see the chat, but it doesn't let you respond, which I think is kind of funny. Shoot. And it doesn't show the chat until you go live because there's no live chat. So it's a little finicky. Still learning the system. Here we go. But if you go to this link right here in the chat, click it, you'll get rickrolled. No. If you go to that site, it's the public version of this right here. So this is the Clixon circuit breaker. This is the one I CAD'd. I put a little decal in there. It's kind of cute. The fun thing is you can move the parts to get different positions, or what I like is that you can have different bodies. So this circuit breaker right here, I'm giving away for free. It'll be in the Patreon, so you don't have to pay for it. You can download it for free from the Patreon until I make a video about it. Then it goes on Thingiverse. The Patreon just gives me a link, and I don't have to like update it every change I make. So that's why it's on Patreon instead of Thingiverse. Also, Thingiverse is more of a thing. Thingiverse and GitHub are more for my published works. So like if I complete section 1, I can ship it out in a little blue ribbon and send it to you guys. But with let me see here. But with the projects like this, I don't have them tested. They're very little. They have very little competence. No, they have a high level of competence because I'm really proud of the way I modeled these. But the projects like this right here, I'm making available for free on the Patreon. You can go to the Patreon and support my work if you want. It's kind of the purpose of Patreon. It's not a file hosting platform. But if you'd like to support the work, you can definitely join the Patreon. It's in the link in the description below, patreon.com/CaptainBobSim. So you can support my work there, but I just want to give some resources for free that I can give to you. So you don't have to pay for them. I'm also probably going to release this. I'll let you know when I release it. This one I don't want to release because I think it would give you a bad experience. But you can, yeah. So I'm basically trying to, what was it? I had a fancy word on my sticky note. It was something like I forgot. It was something like I guess democratize the CAD models. There we go. That works. So yeah, that is the news with this circuit breaker. I bought a circuit breaker, paid too much for it. Got 3D printed a bunch of little ones so you can have matching circuit breakers on your panel. I'm gonna actually pull up the panel so you can see what it looks like, because I'm really impressed. Stand by, this will take like 10 seconds. Okay, here we go. So here's the altimeter motives panel right here. And here's the circuit breaker. You put the circuit breaker and the panel. Panel, circuit breaker, panel. I'm not very good at this YouTube thing yet, maybe. So yeah, here we go. Oh, I did put it on the wrong setting. Now it's trying to like make me into a portrait or something. Does this work better? No, it works worse. I think this one works, right? I know I can adjust the chroma key. I just need it to not automatically set the shutter speed. Otherwise, this happens. There we go. I think this version works. I gotta remember this for next time. I'm gonna put it on my fancy paper. There we go. Hopefully I get less gray hair, because I haven't aged that much yet, to my knowledge, so it'd be great if that would go away. Oh, I was also adjusting the wrong chroma key. I have two of them. No wonder I wasn't doing anything. There we go. That is technically a result. Okay, there we go. Smoothness. Just make it less smooth. There we go. I think that should work. Great. So yeah, here's the circuit breaker panel. I really like how it's turning out. Don't try to find my face. Try to find this. There we go. Oh, that's embarrassing. Right here, the circuit breaker works pretty well. I like it. I like it. Of course I do. And it's funny because it looks like I have glasses. If I get it right at the right angle. Sorry. So yeah, excellent. So yeah, here's what the panel would look like, and then you just print out little stickers, and kind of go from there. You can also get like label tape from like your label machine and wrap it around there, or use paper. I don't know why I like to overcomplicate things. Paper, paint, label tape, whatever you want to get it white. Or you could honestly, I'm not gonna judge, but you could honestly do a filament swap in between the print. How cool would that be? So excellent. Okay, let me go back to the chat or the exciting paper. Whew. Okay, so we have our questions. This is an Uno reverse card. What content do you guys want to see next? I would love to see your feedback and your comments. I can't always make them. Sometimes it's a logistical problem. Like, I'm not gonna make any VR videos because I probably wouldn't, because I don't want to pay for VR headset. Same with Track IR, but definitely give out any feedback, suggestions. Don't hold back because that would make me sad. Excellent. And the next question is, what is a good video length? What is too long and what is too short? So I'm gonna copy this and paste. Actually, no, that's kind of pathetic. So yeah, what's too long? What's too short? I did this a little while ago. I sent out a survey and I like made everyone take it, but I'm curious about what your kind of feedback is on video length, because it's been kind of all over the place. Also, oh, that's a great question. Yeah. So Dominic's Dominic is on the chat right now, as well as Isaac. They're the two moderators, the guys with wrenches. I'm afraid they're cooler than me because this is about the coolest wrench I have. Do I have a little crown though? Okay, that's besides the point. But so they're on the Google Doc we share, asking and answering questions. So we have some questions. I'm very fluid. I need to if I was a car, I would need like a gallon of oil. So also, what's your favorite format? Do you like live streams or videos more? I kind of want to know, just so I can kind of shift my focus towards one or the other method. I'm thinking about doing live streams less, just because they're more spontaneous and they have more room for failure. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back to the chat. Do you have any experience using the GP40 joystick board by Groovy Game Gear? Interesting. I do not. Why can't I copy things? Is that... Okay, there we go. Groovy Game Gear. Let's see. I don't off the top of my head, but it looks like it's compatible with rotary encoders. So that's pretty cool. Is it analog too? That is interesting. This might be, this sounds like is very similar to the, let me show you my screen and I can shrink myself down. Oh, no, yeah. This sounds very similar to the, I'll just call it the Leo Bodnar, because that's what it is. The Leo Bodnar card, it has some funky, little connector, kind of like this, but this looks like it's a different type of connector. I don't have any experience with this. Usually the Leo Bodnar is what people go to out of the gate. It would definitely be worth comparing the $37 versus the 50 or so over here. This is Great British Pounds to USD. So that's actually $70. So this one looks like it's a better deal. It might require a software though. Documentation. I always like to say documentation station. So it looks pretty legit. It does look old though. That's my only kind of thing I don't like about it. It does look like it's from 2008 and the site doesn't look much older. So I guess I just roasted their site, and now we're gonna go fix this. It's bothering me, and also all my green is showing. There we go. I think I'm making it worse. I'll stop. Boom. Fix it, Felix. Okay. Excellent. I'm gonna put it here. Okay. And now, so I don't have experience with this. I will add it to my bookmarks folder though. That sounds like a good thing. pretty compatible, so I don't know. It's something to try out. It looks pretty legit, so it might be a safe bet. No way, just looking at a circuit breaker on eBay. Definitely, I've been on eBay so much lately, just searching for things that mostly I will never buy, and then I accidentally convince myself to buy them. So I bought an altimeter on eBay. I think I got a pretty good deal. It was $30-ish, so I'm proud of that one, because I was seeing other decommissioned ones for like hundreds. So, excellent. Also, decommissioned DME. Speak of the devil. I just bought an altimeter. This is why. Let's see. This is why I really can't make excuses anymore, because I'm like, I don't have the money to put towards VR. But then I'm like, ooh, altimeter, that's shiny. So maybe I should like reprioritize or like discipline myself. It's definitely what it's confusing. So excellent. Looks like Marcus is here, Jared is here, and Yummy is here. Now we have 3 wrenches in the corral. All of you are awesome. So yeah. We have another question on the list. Where should I get MobiFlight help? I think this was one I asked, but I would really recommend going to the MobiFlight. If you go to mobiflight.com, it's my favorite website other than CaptainBobSim.com. Shameless plug. You will see right here there is a forum. The forum's pretty awesome, so you can ask general questions. I can't say you'll always get a response, just because this is you're not entitled to a response on a forum. I guess it's if there's anyone with that kind of experience, but I have seen incredible amounts of experience and time spent in the forum. There's tutorials, how to set up LVARs, which this is really smart. I'm gonna put this on my to-do list. To-doist? Heck yeah. So there's tons of tutorials in the forums. There are issues, tutorials. You can do stuff like that. Any problems that you're facing are excellent. You can find those. It's awesome. So I'd really recommend going to the MobiFlight forum. And additionally, there's also the MobiFlight Discord. Let me hide this real quick, because, Discording is a fun thing to do. There we go. We are now officially in the MobiFlight Discord. And now I bet you're all just looking at the servers I'm in, because that's what anyone does when they share their Discord screen. But there's tons of smart people in the Discord. You can see the thing right here. As I was saying, tons of smart people in the Discord. Or rather, tons of smart people in the Discord. But yeah, you can see everyone's progress. It's a very active community. You can see everyone making circuit boards. It's super cool. And the way to access the exclusive MobiFlight Discord is to go to the MobiFlight Discord button. Ta-da! And it invites you to Discord. And you can continue to Discord if you want. And it's awesome. Boom. Awesome. So yeah, there's Discord, YouTube, and another cool thing with MobiFlight modules, with MobiFlight, is the MobiFlight modules button. I just think that's awesome, because you used to have to extra settings MobiFlight modules. Now it's just a button. While we're on the topic, I did want to show you, while we're on a topic, not like any in specific, I did want to show you the back I also modeled of this circuit breaker, because, it's the background. There we go. I modeled it so that you can print one of 3. You can print all, one, or both. You can print this little top, one of them pulled, and then you can also put them together so you can have one permanent with the backing too. It's pretty exciting. Okay, what I miss? So that is the main ways I get Mobi Flight help if I ever need it. But honestly, you learn a lot about problem solving through dealing with it yourself for a little bit. So definitely make sure you're going through and struggling kind of for at least 15 minutes. That's the 15-minute rule. And documenting the process. And then before you go to someone, just like say, okay, here's my process, so you can explain it well and get the help you need. That's most of what I have. Just try and struggle for 15 minutes because it is work to go through the forms and like figure out a solution. So it's not like that sounded like, oh, we don't want to deal with you, but but I guess it's like it just helps both parties if you work on it for 15 minutes to get a deeper understanding of the problem, to figure that out, and also so that you can explain it better. I think that usually gets a much better solution. So yeah. Oh, Marcus, or ma_Arcus, is building an A320 home cockpit. The MIP is almost done with X-Plane 11, and that's super exciting. I really hope your simulator goes well. Happy landings. Hey, Jared Bua. I think I pronounced that wrong. Definitely. And oh, we have another one. Hi, Captain Bob. Do you know where I can buy 737 type rotary engine switches or IRS switches? It's about 30 degrees and 4 positions. Okay, so one of the many, is Mauser.com. It's one of the biggest electronic component distributors in the world. I think it's worldwide. Yeah, you can change your location. Can I be in New Zealand? That's exciting. So it might be supplier limited. Like they might not want to ship a single LED across the country, but you could search rotary switch right here. You can get the rotary switch. This is a rotary switch, and then you can select things. You can select the manufacturer. We don't actually care. Illuminated. Don't actually care. Don't actually care. Don't actually care. Okay, here we care. So you said 4 positions, and you can either select only 4 positions, or you can select some with multiple positions. So you could have 2 to 4, and just use all 4. So yeah, you could select 4 positions, and like that if you want. Basically, you can have more positions than you need as long as you have a method of not using them all. So yeah, 4 positions. Don't care about the number of decks. Don't care about the number of poles. What you want is index angle. You said they would be 30 degrees. So 30 degrees, 30 and 30 degrees. I assume they're the same thing. And then apply filters. And all of this list right here, like a library card, is everything you need. So you can look for the cheapest stuff. That's what I always do. Where's the price? So looks like this is 1608 New Zealand dollars, which is, I don't know, to USD, which means this is $11. So they're not always cheap, but they should work theoretically. So that's how you can get exact specific switches, and I think that should happen. It should help. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, excellent. It looks like we're all exciting there. And one of the questions, this is, I think, one of the moderator questions. Why build the simulator? It's cheaper to buy. No, this one was mine. Oops. I tend to blame things on other people. Just kidding. So why build the simulator? It's cheaper to buy if you factor in the time. And my answer to that is that it's really more than just buying, building, just getting the simulator like all finished. It's nice to have pretty things, but really I like the journey of doing things, figuring out how to buy electronics from component manufacturers, figuring out how to design stupid things I will never use. Great, I'm making this very appealing. What am I okay, stop. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I like figuring out how to make different CAD models, how to do different things. I like learning how to woodwork, how to use electronics, how to build circuit boards. So that's really why I build the simulators, mostly to learn, to push myself as an engineer. And I think definitely the learning offsets the time and a lot of the cost. Most of it. Just kidding. Sweet. That's awesome to hear. If you can get it on Mouser, sometimes shipping on Mouser can be a little hit or miss, so do be cautious about shipping. But I think if it works, it should work. And excellent. Oh, by the way, there's this 757 panel if anyone's interested. Pretty epic. Okay, goodbye. $11. Sweet. So, yeah. That's awesome. Let me go to here. Oh, unread messages. Wow. Okie dokie. What does the power supply for my simulator look like? That was a question, I think by Isaac. Yes, last edit was made 2 minutes ago by Isaac. So the power supply, that's something I still need to figure out. I'm going to make a new note to myself, actually. Here we go. That's a good point. I will definitely figure that out. But the power supply, I was thinking, just a hunch, that I'd have a few 12-volt power supplies, just the ones you plug into the wall. And then I'd have those, a few of them, kind of branching out. But I think now that I say that, it's a bad idea. So I'm also going to look into actual power supplies, the ones that are like a box and you plug into the wall but are cooler. So it's going to be a little bit of learning how to supply power to things, but I'm excited to learn about that. So power supplies, basically just wall outlets, kind of like the ones you use for Arduinos, and I'll just have as many as I need, but I'm going to look into a more professional solution so that I can distribute power in a meaningful way. Yes. Sweet. Okie dokie. These are good questions. Also, I love the little king crown we have in the Google document. Sweet. Excellent. This is awesome. I know I showed you this. I showed you a lot of this circuit breaker. You can download it for free from the Patreon, patreon.com/CaptainBobSim. But another one has arrived. This one is a real aircraft circuit breaker. They're both real. This one is brand new. these cost about $10, so I basically think of it as a very expensive Switch. But it is technically OEM, because these are the real ones they use, I think. I'll have to correct me on it. But you have to make sure everything's pressed in when you take off. And I haven't tested this, but I think if you put enough power through it, it pops. Let's see, right here. 50 volts DC max. Ignition protected. Okay. 15 amps. I really now I want to put 52 volts through, just to feel the power and to make it pop. If you don't hear from me again, that's probably why. But yeah, here's my circuit breakers. I feel like a cat lady showing everyone my cats and being like, "Oh, this one's Mickey." I dropped them again. You really cannot win. Excellent. Doop-a-doo. There we go. And I don't know if I showed this on the last stream. I think I did. But I have genuine aircraft headset jacks right now. So I'm going to figure out if there's a way to connect these up. I don't know if there will be. But these are aircraft headset jacks. So I can basically put one of these in the simulator, screw it down, and figure out how to get audio for my sim. I'm really excited about that because I think it'd be such a power move to like put your actual headset into the headset jack. You're like, oh, yes. I'm also going to I'm thinking of making it modular, so you could say, I don't want a headset jack, I want like a 3.5 millimeter jack for headphones, or a USB jack, or whatever other arbitrary thing you have, like the 2.5 millimeter jacks that you use on walkie-talkies. I want to have it super flexible so you can use different audio solutions and figure out a way to get the audio converted through and from. So yeah, sounds good. Of course I say that. I'm the one sounding it. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I think it's so funny. Now there is a picture of the royal family. Okay, the Swedish royal family. Let me undo. Okay. It's the Swedish royal family. Gotcha. That's awesome. Wonderful. Okay. That puts me almost about out of content. I'm gonna give you a sim update, and then I think I can just leave. Like, I don't have to sit here staring at the wall for 2 hours. Yeah. Cessna 172 project version 3, and we're gonna give you some behind the scenes. I keep saying that, it's more or less a buzzword, but if we go to section 2, I'm going to open simple instrument. I can't make any promises about this. It's all tentative, but I do want to show you the progress I've been making with this. You are the 4th person to see this, you the viewer. Hide the joints. No, unhide. Sorry, I just like making it look pretty. Object visibility, joints. Yes, there we go. So here's the airspeed indicator that I made. I made it because I can. But here is the needles. Let me hide the sketches. Here's the needle, and then if you rotate this about its axis, come on, axis, you got this. If you rotate it about its axis, not the faces, the bodies, right here, it works pretty. I'm moving the wrong thing. Here we go. Yeah, it works pretty well until it gets right here and doesn't work very well. So I still need to figure out what I did wrong. Uh, Again, this is all tentative because I didn't do this very well. But there's a kind of calibration right here. I need to fix it a little more so that when you say, so that when it's pointing to 0, it's actually at 0. But yeah, there's that area of clashing right there. Hopefully this is something that's helpful to all of you. This one, if I do have an alpha release, I think it'll be Patreon only, because this one I do plan on making a video for. Can't say when, because a lot of times I'm working on a part of the Cessna 172 that I feel like needs to be done before the instruments, like structure. So yeah, here's the model so far. I know my big head is like covering it all up. Right here, there we go. That's a like Super Bowl view. So yeah, I do like how I'm modeling all the hardware. So you can see right here there's an M3 screw or nut, M3 screw here, and then the idea is that you can buy stuff right here. You can use the links in the build video to just buy all the components, and I want them all to be pretty easily sourceable. So yeah, there is the updated scene progress. I am trying to figure out something because I'm all like, do I need to just, dang. I'm kind of thinking, oh, do I need to just basically cut this pin right here? Do I need to extend my design so it's more like kind of this? Here we go. So be kind of more like this, not moving you. What is going on? So it'd be more like this, and the needle wouldn't be poking out. It's kind of food for thought. Food and drink for thought, actually. Excellent. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I did Photoshop this decal right here. Is it this one? Somewhere. This decal. Yeah. And if you isolate this, can you? There's the one I edited, made it darker, and then there's the real one. I made it darker because I think it was the lighting making it brighter. I'm gonna look more into that, however. I don't want to give you the wrong shade. So yeah, I think that looks really good. Of course I do, I made it. Do you know where I can get the best and cheapest rockers and key ignition switch? Whew. I actually did see something right here. eBay.com. What was it? It was like $10, but oh, right here. This is $35, so relatively cheap, but it doesn't come with a key, so that's not very useful. Maybe you could take it apart, reverse engineer it, and then sell it back to Cessna. They might fall for it. And then you could make your $30 back. Master switches like this would be the best quality. Like, it's actually as real as it gets because it is real. You can buy switches like this. Don't know if that's a good deal. But for all I know, it probably is. Aviation is expensive. So this is the OEM route. You can buy ignition keys for like $150. Some places you can bid for them, whatever you want. But probably the best way to go would be to go and just search up for a 5-position rotary switch. So you can get one maybe like this that's $10. I've seen them for $1 or $2, something kind of like that. Anything that'll work basically. But even more normal, I guess, would be something like this. I've seen these cheaper than right here, but this is a 12 position. Oh, you found a 10% better deal at Walmart. That's pretty awesome. So basically, right here, these switches, you can limit them at 5, and those work too. It's the thingiverse.com. I forgot. How do I find him? It should be pretty... Oh, that's worth looking into. That is also worth looking into. Sorry, I get distracted. Is it right here? I feel like it is. No, it was Cessna. This is something I don't like about Thingiverse. It's not Google. Yeah, here we go. This guy, if we go to his profile, he made this sucker. So you can literally buy a key from an office for like an office file drawer, and then put the switch you get over here onto the key and put a spring in the middle, and it should work. Not sure on dimensions and stuff, but it should work, which will be pretty awesome. Okay. Whew. I'm currently starting a project, not exactly a flight sim, and I just ordered parts for it today. I'll post some updates in the Discord. That's a public announcement. Go check that out. I bet it's super cool. Okay. Goodbye, tabs. This is pretty cool. Bomb. Assembly sim. Simple driver. Okay. Gotcha. What does it look like in the end, though? Looks like they got maybe a dual potentiometer or something. Oh, they're using the same motor I am for the instrument, this X27, for the flaps position indicator, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know why they're using this indicator, this potentiometer. Let's check it out. It looks maybe because it has a switch, so that would be appealing to it probably. But man, where is it? This was just $8.80, like 10 days ago or whatever. So just so you know, y'all getting scammed out of your money. No, price increases are actually kind of normal in the economy, because then people get more money. This is cool. I gotta figure out what this is all about. Oh my goodness. This guy has an actual Cessna 172 yoke, it looks like. So this is an actual. Maybe. Oh, wow. I want this. Sorry, I geeked out. I'm like, wow, that is cool. And this is, since it fits on a real Cessna 172, the whole placement should be genuine Cessna 172. So I could figure out the whole placement and use it. Okay, nerdery is over. For now, we're just gonna play around with our circuit breaker and headset jack. Woohoo! Excellent. It looks like we've been on for about 50 minutes. So if we stay to 10 minutes, we can see the little number go. Oh, ready? 49, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 50 minutes. Okay, there we go. If we stay for another 10 minutes, we can have it stop at maybe exactly 1 hour, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Just because it would feel cool. Nothing else. That's fun. It looks like we have... Do we have any more questions? Swedish royal family. Looks like we have an Easter bunny. I don't actually know. Is that the Easter bunny? This is what I'm talking about. Here's a royal family. Here's a crown. And then here's, I don't know who that is. So yeah, the question document seems to actually be working very well. Why is there a... Wait a minute. Okay, that confused me. There's like an underlined word that wasn't there, and I almost like fell down dead. But yeah. Dude. It looks like we're almost pretty good. I don't think I showed you the full CAD model. I was stuck showing you the instrument. But I do want to show you the Section 2 full assembly. Oh, it's the Swedish king. That's awesome. Yes, that would make sense. It is not the Easter Bunny, it's the king. Okay, so we're gonna go... That's awesome. We're gonna go into this assembly. Here's technically the full assembly. It does look a little different. Yeah. This isn't the full assembly, because the full assembly is actually in my shell folder right here. I have a few full assemblies, and this is where this gets really confusing, because I'm making a Cessna 172 project, but the instrument panel right here, just this little slot right here, this piece of land is more complicated than the entire section 1, the part that holds the computer, in terms of parts. Once you get these all of the instruments in, it has like 1, 2, 3, like just this indicator has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts, 8 including the needle, I think. So this gets to be like 8 parts right here. So 8 plus 8 plus 8, and then these other ones are probably gonna be like 10. So like this is 200 parts right here, whereas section 1 is not very dense, I guess. So if you go to, we'll go to our full assembly file right here. Section 1 isn't that part dense, and it probably won't be. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll say this has 18 parts, 19. We'll just say it has 20, but then 2 instruments has 20 parts. So it's like, I know I miscounted because the screws count still, and I also miscounted this base. But we're gonna say that this section right here is definitely more dense than this section right here. So less dense, more dense. Does anyone need any more explanations? So yeah. Cool thing, I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm going to bring in the full shell. Actually, I don't want to do that. Maybe I do. Derive. How do I derive? Insert. Derive from 1-1 full shell. Form assembly. I'll open the derives. So bodies. I'm gonna insert these, place items at origin. I think this will work. Oh yeah, here we, oh, uh-oh, what did I do? Can I edit this? So yeah, here's what the simulator would look like. Yeah, let's get this part of the windshield that got clipped off randomly. Why is this so many pieces? Okay, here we go. Here's what the full Cessna 172 simulator is going to look like. Almost. I keep missing parts. No! One more. Try it again. There we go. Here is what the full Cessna 172 project is going to roughly look like. So we have the windshield. It does go back deeper. I gotta figure out a way to like make it so that the windshield is one piece, even though it's definitely between two sections. Then we'd have the door over here, and you'd be welcomed into my home cockpit, which would be exciting for me. So yeah, here's that. Here's how it's gonna look. It looks kind of derpy if you ask me. But just pretend I didn't say that. Everything looks pretty exciting, actually. Oh, there's like 3 minutes and 40 seconds until I can say it's been exactly an hour. Wow. So yeah. Does anyone actually have any suggestions for the sim? Any like tips? Anything that they'd really like to see? Because I'm always open to community feedback and seeing if you have anything that works better. This is awkward. I'm like, does anyone have any community feedback? So yeah. Together we are making history. Nah, I'm not buying it. Great. We're gonna exit out of everything, and I think we should be pretty good. Great. I do want to show you this. I was thinking of a very nerdy way to like figure out how to cross-reference parts and then like have like section 1 analog or section 2 and then section 2 analog and glass, and then like have them intertwined and like weaved together kind of. But what I came up with is having section 1 here, section 2A for analog, sitting next to each other, and section 2G for glass. I'm going to model any of the shared components in section 2. I think that's just going to be the most interesting, like simple instrument that's shared between section 2A and 2G because it's a shared component. And then that'll make it easy if I want to go, actually, say just, oh, I want to somehow move section 2A into 2G. I can do that. So yeah. So that is what that is for. Let's see, refresh chat. Oh, it looks like someone subscribed, so thank you for doing that. It just says it in my little feed. Ooh, hello. Can I make anything fun happen? Maybe I can. Test widgets. Yeah, basically this happened, but it got covered up. This happened. Yay! Okay. Is there anything else? No, I don't think so. Hardware, pretty exciting. And M2. Oh, I said they were M3. They're actually M2 because the X27 motor mount doesn't accept M3. So yeah, kind of small, but very fun. Excellent. I think that about wraps up this live stream. Yummy returned, but I'm actually going to leave. So thank you all so much for tuning in to this Captain Bob Flight Sim live stream. I really had a great time, and I hope you had a great time, and I hope that you learned something. If you're in the mood to chat more, then you can definitely go to the Captain Bob Flight Sim Discord. The link is in the description below. And if you'd like to support my work, you can definitely what would be the best way to? You can say thumbs up and pat on the back. I don't know. You could probably you can use the PayPal donation or the Patreon. And this has been an hour and